We know this council has taken the appropriate action statutorily on Proposition 1 and is on the ballot. We felt it very important, however, as this issue has risen to the surface and awareness of area churches, that we come before you and express on record the views and concerns we have heard from hundreds of pastors across the city of Houston. Distributed a piece, a document to you expressing some specific concerns on this, and I want to just focus on a couple in particular due to the limited time. Churches are not just out there, though, in the times of catastrophe. We're out there every single day, ministering, healing, helping, serving, with budgets that are obviously very stretched, very limited, and as the Archdiocese letter that was distributed today points out, the Archdiocese estimates that they will be hit to the tune of $750,000 to $1 million should Proposition 1 pass. That is if the rate is assessed as it is proposed with no increases, which is again part of our huge concern because there is no guarantee of that in the charter language. The most important thing which we want to put on record is the fact that no matter how we call this, it is a tax on the church. It is a fee assessed on the property of a church, and the church has no option but to pay for it regardless of budget. It is a tax on the property, and that's a step across the line that has historically been respected. And it is attacked essentially on the budgets of those that are the first responders meeting these kinds of needs in the city. We don't have the opportunity to go out and raise prices, pass the cost on to consumers. This money is that $1 million coming out of the Archdiocese, and the tens of thousands of dollars at the very minimum coming out of church budgets all over the city are going to come directly out of benevolence funds, ministry that is provided to needy families, staff and payroll that are out there serving, mentoring, doing things functional that frankly, if this city had to pay for it, would go bankrupt within 48 hours. Okay? The phrase we heard in 2003 when this issue first came up, and we hear again this time, which frankly is patently offensive, is the churches need to pay fair share.
Councilmember Sullivan, your time has expired.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor. Pastor Welch, thanks for coming down. Thanks to Pastor Riggle for being in the audience as well. I'd like to give him a minute of my time, please, if he wants to wrap up.
Just in closing, we would again like to assert on record that hundreds of churches representing every ethnic and every denominational grouping in the city are standing together and speaking united against this measure because, again, we want to continue to do without the kind of hindrance this will put on the churches, the ability to serve and minister to the vital needs of this city. And we urge the city, should this fail, as we will oppose and try to come together, let's look at good solutions that can solve these problems without putting this burden on the churches. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Some of the programs that y'all are providing, you said, support for families, ministry work that the city might or might not have to do, or other agencies might or might not have to, but the meetings that I've attended of Houston Area Pastoral Council in the past have represented all walks of life. Asian churches, African American churches, denominational, non-denominational, the whole bit. So we appreciate you being down here and making